nice, good bluegrass tune. Welcome to Listen Up, Illinois. My name is Ed Hawks, and I have with us today on the second edition of the show, Grassroots Revival with Jamie Karras on bass and Michael Jones on the banjo and guitar. I guess can I start out by asking you a question here?
Sure.
But I wonder.
Well, that tune was called Shenandoah Breakdown, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what was that tune? Oh, Shenandoah Breakdown.
There's a Bill Monroe instrumental.
Okay.
I first heard him do it down at Bean Blossom.
Okay. So I'm always curious to know how people kind of get interested in the music, and then how does a band get together? How did you two get together and start playing music? And how long have you been playing music together?
I went to a bluegrass festival in Indiana about 12 years ago. It was called Warman's Lake, and I substituted for a banjo player there. And Jamie was camped out 30 spaces down, and during the course of the weekend, we started singing and jamming, and we've kind of been singing together ever since. It's been about 12 years now.
About 12 years,
I
okay.
think 13.
13 or something like that.
We've lost track.
She's our voices really blend well together, and she's a very animated person. I got a 110 plugged into 220 or something like that. So.
Okay.
But I got into bluegrass up in Chicago, actually, and at this Old Town School of Folk Music. So I'd been doing bluegrass prior to meeting Michael for several years. And was born and raised in Indianapolis area of Indiana, and had driven by Bill Monroe's festival in Bean Blossom, and I wondered what it was all about, but didn't go check it out then.
Yeah.
And much later, at some friends, some buddies up in Chicago said, "You got to go to the Bill Monroe's Bean Blossom." So I did.
Now you're addicted.
And I was hooked at that
Yeah,
point. I was
yeah.
hooked on bluegrass. So.
Okay. Well, how about another tune then?
Okay, what would we have decided?
Oh, do some more banjo.
Oh,
Let you
okay.
know. Either Sled Ride or Sailor's Hornpipe.
Let's do a little bit of sled ride, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good strong one.
Well, one thing nice about this, I get a private concert.
Let's try this one's called
I want to hear Sailor's Hornpipe, Devil's Dream, too.
oh, okay.
What do you have in mind? Doug's tune or?
Dixie Hoedown.
Okay, that's good.
This was a little bit more melodic than the other ones.
That was a medley? There was 2 tunes in there?
Actually, not just one.
That was
Uh,
one.
He was
Okay.
just doing
You
different
just kind of-
banjo styles, strumming styles.
Let's
Okay.
try,
I got another question for you.
okay.
I've been in some bands, and sometimes we sit around and fret over what we're gonna call ourselves. So how did you come up with the name Grassroots Revival?
Well, we also like the old classic country songs, and I think of that as being really close to what bluegrass is. You know, the old time country. So that was like the roots of bluegrass, and so bluegrass to me is like country music with overdrive. You know.
Yeah,
So-
kind of jazzed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And also, there was another band that was really big at the time. What was their name? That people get our name confused with them,
The
right?
New Grass Revival?
Yes, it was New Grass Revival.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a spin off that, because we'd heard some other bands do spins off of other band names, and it worked really well.
Like the rarely heard and the seldom seen.
Yeah, that was an example. But actually, it's kind of, hasn't worked for us, because people tend to get it confused
kinda
with New Grass
confuse,
Revival
yeah.
or Bluegrass Revival, but
Yeah.
we're staying with it for.
Yeah, it works.
It's kind of the roots of the music. So-
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And a revival of the roots.
Yeah.
Because we like the roots.
We'll try a couple more of these.
Okay.
There's 2 about Black Diamond.
Oh, okay, Black Diamond, okay.
This one is called Black Diamond. I learned it from a fellow down the Missouri way. Ready?
okay, sounds good. So you said you heard it from a fellow down in Missouri way. So how do you go around about kind of getting your tunes, finding, kind of figuring out what you want to play and adding that into your repertoire?
I don't know.
I just like to do what I like, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about going to bluegrass festivals, is getting seeped in lots of material that I've never heard before, and then eventually something comes up that I want to learn, and
You take any of the old country songs and you can bluegrass them, so to speak, with the instruments. To me, bluegrass is that you have the 5, the mandolin, fiddle, banjo, and bass, and guitar. And with those instruments, you can get a bluegrass sound just about anything. And there's from the old traditional sounding Ralph Stanley Brothers to Nickel Creek or somebody like that plays
more progressive.
really
Yeah.
jazzier stuff.
Right.
So,
Michael's been listening to country music for all of his life, whereas I came into it more recently.
Yeah.
So a lot of things he comes up with out of just his knowledge of being around the
Yeah.
music for so long.
Now, how
It's
do you
new to
decide,
me.
do you like have a conversation between you then on when you're deciding on what tune to add into the repertoire, or?
Not really. We
well,
just
there's too many tunes in too little time.
Yeah.
we just do what seems to be
Right.
fall into place easy, and it's amazing. I mean, a few tunes maybe have taken a little more work, but for the most part, we've just we do them and then say, oh, that sounds really good. Let's do that.
Oh, then, so you don't sit around and practice 10 hours a day?
No.
Well, should we try a couple more of these and do some that we're singing, or?
Yeah, do
What do
another,
you
do
think?
another good banjo tune.
Did you want to do John Hardy or John Henry now?
Okay, I can sing on this one a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
you haven't done any singing yet.
Well, it's an old traditional song called John Henry, and it's got zillions of different verses, so we just sing 2 or 3 verses of it and pick a little bit of it. It's just more traditional bluegrass sounding. Something like that.
Yeah.
And let's try a little bit of.
I was saying, let's do some singing on a guitar possibly,
Okay.
too.
All right. Playing on
He'll go on and on and on.
We'll do a couple more of these before we quit.
Yeah, we'll come back to it, definitely. Been talking about singing, how we, the first song that Michael and I sang together, it's just like, in fact, we could do it if you wanted to.
What was it?
Banks.
Okay.
Banks of the Ohio.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I just thought, wow, our voices, just when it was just the two of us, and not in jams. We'd been jamming like all night the night before, but when it was just the two of us, and it's like, wow, our voices just blended beautifully.
And we've done a few bluegrass festivals with the mandolin and another guitar player, and I'm on banjo. But we're fortunate enough to have different people play with us, but it's hard to keep a band together, so Jamie and I are the bare bones of Grassroots.
Yeah, so we call it bare bones bluegrass.
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep bands together. Everybody has lives except, except us. I ask my love to take a walk, just to take a walk, just a little way. And as we walk, and as we talk of our golden wedding day, then only say that you'll be mine in
the bank of the Ohio.
Nice. Now, I guess I would classify that as an old country
yeah.
song.
Kind of folk music.
Or folk, yeah, old, a lot of people know
Old
that.
time. So,
From folk.
so that's where we're at. We're kind of
You're
stuck in
right.
the middle between country and bluegrass. So, we'll, like I say, when we do a festival or something, we'll try to get maybe 2 more people to join us, but otherwise we just plug away what we
Yeah.
have here.
Yeah, I mean, what you kind of do some old-time music, like the first edition of this, we had an old-time jam, so you kind of do some of that, but then you do some of the kind of the stuff that they used to play on the old country radio back in, 20s, I guess, and 30s.
Yeah, yeah, and we
Stuff
love
that-
that,
yeah.
the old time country. And you don't hear too much of it, really.
No, other than
Currently.
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, they did a little bit of that,
Mhm.
But,
What you have?
Well, I was thinking we could, Ed, ask for a Carter Family tune.
Okay.
Seeing we do the one that I do a lot. And we got some others.
Speaking of old-time radio, they were probably one of the first groups to hit the radio waves. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
In country,
She,
well known.
Jamie's gonna sing what? Keep on the Sunny Side.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
You ready?
Not quite. Okay.
There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though you meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side may also find you. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life. Oh, the storm and its fury broke today, crushing buds that we cherish so dear. Clouds and storms will in time pass away, and the sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way. It will keep on the sunny side of life. Oh, we'll keep on the sunny side of life.
Great, I love that song.
All right.
I
Jamie
like-
Harris there.
Yeah, I like that style of guitar playing, because you kind of play the melody out of the chord structure.
Right, yeah,
Rather
try
than,
to-
up
some
and
of the
down
high
the
notes.
neck, like some of the, the fancy bluegrass picking,
Yeah,
which is nice,
right.
but kind of, you get that bass sound in there with the
Yeah.
melody.
You try to get as many notes as you can out of the chord, like you said
Right,
there.
yeah.
Well, really, Michael started on the guitar. That's his first instrument, too.
I used to be in a rock band in high school, rhythm guitar, then I got into the finger style picking with Peter, Paul, and Mary stuff, and then I got into banjo, and then I always listen to the old country songs, the old standard songs by some, the Ernest Tubb. People hear a song now and think it was a Rhonda Vincent, and actually it was an Ernest Tubb song, like,
Yeah.
Nails in My Coffin or something like that. I said, no, that's Ernest Tubb. So I think the old country station should play a classic song about every third or fourth song, so younger people can get
Yeah.
educated in the
Yeah,
country music.
kind of realize where the music
Yeah,
came from,
yeah.
because, otherwise.
Jamie's going to do an auto
We
harp
were
for you
talking,
there.
I figured I might as well.
Yeah, you might as
use
well
the other
take
one.
this opportunity to switch instruments and get set up, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we go out to Galax, Virginia to the Old Fiddlers Convention, and she got the auto harp bug out there, and they have all styles of instruments, and it's not really bands, it's a contest and all different categories of instruments. And she's gonna, we've been trying to figure out what goes good with guitar, auto harp, old time banjo, auto harp,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, and you can maybe you can pick up your old time banjo. I
Yeah.
think there's two.
Okay, so we'll do a guitar auto harp for you. And what was the tune?
Yeah, if I could only hear my mother pray.
And this is an old bluegrass song. If I can only hear my mother pray
Or
again.
actually, old country song, isn't
Yeah,
it?
probably is, yeah. Well, key is it in?
C.
C, okay.
My cousin passed away a little over a year ago, and her son asked me to sing at a
Oh.
funeral, and he mentioned this song, and I didn't know it, but Michael knew it, so he taught it to me. And it's been one of my favorite songs since on the honor.
How sweet and happy seemed those days of which I dreamed. Memories I recall now and then. And with the rapture sweet, my weary heart would beat. If I could only hear my mother pray again. If I could only hear my mother pray again. If I could hear her tender voice and then how happy I would be, it would mean so much to me. If I could only hear my mother pray again. Around the old home place, her cherishing, smiling face was always bringing comfort, joy, and cheer. And when she used to sing to her eternal King, it was the sound I'd love to hear. If I could only hear my mother pray again. If I could hear her tender voice and then how happy I would be, it would mean so much to me. If I could only hear my mother pray again. If I could only hear my mother pray again.
Good job, Jamie.
Can you tell us a little bit about the auto harp? And there may be people out there who haven't
Oh.
really ever heard one, or it's,
That's a good point. A lot of people do ask us, "What is that?" You know, when I pull it out, and we've been going to the farmers market in Urbana here last summer, and I was playing it more and more then, and yeah, so it's just it's really an American instrument. It kind of came off of the zither, I think, but Americanized. It's just was made by the company called Auto Harp, and it's basically buttons that make a chord. So you push the right button to make a chord,
yeah.
and you learn. You need to learn how to strum it.
There's certain
But,
strumming patterns that you use.
Yeah, there's different strumming patterns. But evidently, it was used years ago to help teach kids music. And
Yeah.
in the schools.
And Mother Maybelle played a lot.
And,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it
right,
was
that's the
the
first
Carter
person.
family, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, when I was in sixth grade, that's, they brought auto harps in. and
Where the
that's
teacher
what
would
we
push the
did.
piano from room to
Yeah,
room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we'd sit there, and we'd lay them flat down, though. They didn't teach us how to play
Right.
them like that. We'd kind of just strum
Right,
across
so
them.
people do that,
Yeah.
play it this way. You can, and I do play a couple of songs this way, because you can actually see the chords better, you know, and see which button to push. But I really enjoy playing it like this most of the time,
Yeah.
because it's pretty easy.
Oh, and out in Virginia, they call it the otter harp. Otter harp. Did you have another you want to sing? You want to pick one with this, or?
Yeah, why don't you do one of the old-time banjo?
I got interested in old-time banjo from going to Virginia, and there's a lot of good old-time players in this area. So,
Include
well, it was-
Ed.
it's,
in
yeah,
case
including
of
Ed.
point.
So if I don't play old-time
He
band.
plays old-time music, Ed does. And for me, it's been a long battle because I started out with bluegrass, and then to go to this, most people go from, just start on this, you know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So,
Because it's a
I've had
different
fun at
style.
it, and I love both styles, so.
What's the difference? I mean, can
Okay,
you,
the bluegrass banjo has the resonator on the back, and this is an old-time banjo, so it doesn't have the resonator. And it's also, this one's banjo's also got a scooped out area here, when you so you can play above the neck and you get a mellower sound out of it. And
But you play them differently, too.
yeah, and also, bluegrass you use picks and the 3 fingers, and old time you use the back of your fingernail and hit down, so it's another whole ball of wax. So,
yeah, some people call that claw hammer,
Claw hammer,
frailing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot
So-
more rhythmical, I think.
I'm learning this, and I'm starting to get to more jams with you guys, so I can hear more of the old time tunes and get them in my head.
Yeah.
And
We'll do a medley we've been doing.
we'll play Angelina Baker and Mississippi Sawyer.
Yeah. Mhm. Oh, I thought you were gonna do Mississippi Sawyer.
I had to tune that one string up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay, now you're gonna do this.
something like that. It's a journey for me, but I'm making progress on it here.
Yeah, I mean, I've known a lot of people that can't switch back and forth because they can't, because it's a totally different movement with your hands.
Yeah, it's fun though. But,
Yeah, yeah.
But it's really helped me getting this Deering old time banjo here, and I just got it about a month ago. And,
Yeah.
I played an old long neck, and you get to the point where you have to get a better instrument to make
Right.
any progress.
Right, so.
You want to go back to our usual,
Okay.
So when you're getting ready to play a gig, how do you kind of come up and decide what you're going to play? You have like you set up a playlist for you, or you just kind of wing it as you go along?
Yeah, we've been
We
trying.
wing it.
We've
We
been
wing it.
struggling, trying to figure out how to get playlists and go from song to song.
we
but,
used to do that, have playlists, and I don't know, it was kind of mechanical, and lately we've just been putting out lists of songs that we like, that are more current, that we're more interested in doing, and then we just kind of pick and choose as
As you go
we
along.
get inspired, yeah. Mhm. And Michael is real intuitive, so he comes up with most of the songs that we're doing
What do you want to
for a
try
show.
now?
Well, oh, you got your banjo.
Oh, you want to get the guitar?
Maybe, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've got some ideas of things that we
Okay.
haven't done for a long time
Sure.
that I really love, that, I don't know if you might nix them. but we'll find out.
So that happens too, I guess. when
Exactly,
You're winging it, you got.
Mhm. Yeah, we kind of like
Well, see,
quickly,
usually we play for 2 or 3 hours at a time, invest it for 4 hours, so that, then you can do just include everything. So.
Right.
yeah, you include a lot of stuff. But I don't know, I was thinking, well, definitely I want you to do Georgia Mules, so we can do that
Okay.
at some point. You want to do that now? You want the words?
Well, what did you have one you wanted to sing?
I was thinking, I can't think of the name of it. It's an old bluegrass tune. We haven't done it for ages. I'm trying to think of the name of it. We probably don't even have it in our songbook. We know it. We both sing it together. It's an old bluegrass. It's definitely a bluegrass song. I can't think of it. It's a Scruggs tune.
Lightboat?
No. It's one that used to be one of our regular favorites where we both sing. I know. I haven't given you enough clues.
Maybe it'll come to you.
Exactly. Okay. So you want to do
Whatever.
Georgia Mules?
Okay.
Do you need the words though?
Yeah. I got it, I think.
Oh, you have it. Okay.
I learned this song from, that was the Osborne Brothers.
A lot of people like this one, so that's why I wanted to make sure we included
Right.
this one. Yeah.
Well, I know the world goes on, we can't keep living in the past. Still, there's a thing or two I sure do wish could last. I've got a crazy case of blue nostalgia, remembering mules and cornfields out of my past. Well, you don't see many mules these days, you don't see many mules, and you don't see many old boys baling hay. Well, I ain't knocking progress, but it hurts me some to say that Georgia mules and country boys are fading fast away. Well, I see lots of kids these days in jeans or faded blue. They never saw a mule, but they're nostalgic too. They're trying hard to capture what is missing, although they know deep down those days are through. Well, you don't see many mules these days, you don't see many mules, and you don't see many old boys baling hay. Well, I ain't knocking progress, but it hurts me some to say that Georgia mules and country boys are fading fast away. How many girls do you know now that's ever milked a cow? How many boys have ever walked behind a plow? And who have you seen lately churning butter? Who do you even know? hurts me some to say that Georgia mules and country boys are fading fast away. That Georgia mules and country boys are fading fast away.
Something like that.
That was true then and even more true now,
More
I
true
guess.
now, that's right. Do you have one, Jamie, you wanted to do there?
Yeah, I didn't think of that one. I know the song, but I can't think of anything to tell you what it
Can't help
is.
it. I just turned 55, so I forget things all the time.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, I thought of another one though, White Oak on the Hill. We haven't done that.
Um,
Oh, okay. Okay, he nixed it.
You have another Carter family tune?
Yeah, actually, we do. An auto harp.
Okay.
Actually, I've been doing some songs I didn't even realize were Carter family tunes. And I found out that they are. This one I
Pull
think
your
was
mic.
on, yeah, this one was on, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Okay, what is it?
It's that, Hedges and Highways.
Okay.
And do it in C.
Okay. Okay, go up here so I
And Ed, you can sing along with this one if you want
No,
to.
I don't think anybody wants to be singing.
I usually ask the audience to help us out on this one. In the highways and the hedges, in the highways and the hedges, in the highways and the hedges, I'll be somewhere working for my Lord. I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working for my Lord. I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working for my Lord. If he calls me, I will answer. If he calls me, I will answer. If he calls me, I will answer. I'll be somewhere working for my Lord. I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working for my Lord. I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working for my Lord. I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working for my Lord. I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working, I'll be somewhere working for my Lord.
I guess that would come under the heading of gospel.
Yes, a lot of the
Oh,
old
yeah.
tunes are gospel songs
Yeah.
that are passed down, you know. from
And in
generation.
fact, that reminds me, I mean, that's how I first got singing, was in my church, the hymns. And so that's probably why I like that one, because that's the
Yeah.
kind of songs that I remember that I particularly loved in the church, was real upbeat, you
Right.
know, fun songs to sing, so. The gospel harmonies is what drew me to bluegrass too.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
Now, where do you all play? What kind of places do you play?
Mostly family places we like. Pages for All Ages is one place we go to.
The coffee
frequently.
house type
Yeah.
thing.
So they have us there a lot.
People are quiet, just sipping on their coffee and listening, you know.
Yeah.
so-
And all ages can go there, you know, they
Yeah.
can bring their kids, you know. So
Yeah.
young folks and old folks and then the Bluegrass Festivals, when we get the opportunity, you know, is where we love.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a chance to play at the Casey Bluegrass Festival this summer.
Which is the closest bluegrass festival to our area
It's
here.
run by Chuck Stearman for Spigma, and sometimes Roy's going to do it as a duo.
Yeah.
And,
So that's the last weekend this month.
yeah, it's 50 miles south of Homer.
That'd be
It's
the,
in Casey,
Good family
Illinois.
festival.
like the
Yeah.
28th and 29th, is that?
Right, it starts on Thursday, actually, so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, at the end of this month, we'll be playing
Okay.
on stage there.
Oh, and
They have music all weekend, so just
Also-
anytime you go.
Jamie and I are going to be at Meadowbrook Park for the Strawberry
Strawberry
Jam.
Jam, yeah, that's
Doing a few tunes.
June 14th.
Kicking that off, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and they got a couple other good bands. Can't think of who it is right now.
Yeah, and so then, and then we play at the farmer's market whenever we get a chance.
Get up
Love-
early in the morning and go over there.
Yeah, Saturday mornings, and it's great because the kids are drawn to this music, and so, the parents will stop for a few minutes, let the kids listen, and it's a great way to expose kids to this kind of music, live, you know.
Right. So do you have a favorite tune? Or are they all favorites?
Yeah, I really like them all. Was there anything else? Oh, I was thinking about doing Maggie.
Okay.
Yeah. This, when you and I were young, Maggie, this is, I don't know, I consider this more of a song, like a Civil War era song.
Actually, this song was in the folk song book on the Blue Ridge Parkway. If you stop and pull off,
Oh, really?
the song's out of that. Yeah, it's an
Okay.
old song.
But my aunt was named Maggie, and so we played for her funeral. This has been several years back, and they've always wanted us to record this, so I figured, well, okay, we'll
Where
do
do you-
it for this show, and then
where do
we'll
you
have
play
it
it at?
in C,
Okay.
and we'll at least have a video version of it. It's a beautiful song, and I think of her when I sing this, of course.
I wandered today to the hill, Maggie, to watch the scene below. The creek and the old rusty mill, Maggie, where we sat in the long, long ago. The green grove
It's from the
Good job, Jamie.
1800s, you think?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That's really an old tune.
Wow.
So,
So that's on your recording. I guess we have a chance
Oh,
to
is it?
mention.
Oh, thank you.
I believe that, yeah, that's on your CD here.
Okay.
Grassroots Revival live at Pages for All Ages. And how can people get a copy of this? I guess if they come see you play, you might have copies for
Yes.
sale.
yeah, with that.
Yes, that's usually the best way. And we've got more on order right now. Right now, we're completely out, but they're on order, and so we'll have them in just a short time, another week or so. And actually, they have them on sale at different places. I think like C.V. Lloyd's has had them at times. I'm not sure if they have any
Do
right
they
now.
have them on sale at Pages?
You know, we put them out there. They're really not packaged for commercial sales, so that's why, C.V. Lloyd's has a bin for local musicians. So,
Okay. Good picture.
thank you. So it's a two CD set, and it's one of our shows at Pages, yeah.
And it's a bargain at $15.
Have we played the Punch Mountain Backstep?
No,
Just want to do that one.
okay, yeah.
This is one that Jamie, sometimes if we're on a wood floor, she clogs a little bit before we start playing it. It's an old Ralph Stanley standard tune there.
Yeah, actually, we're about, I don't know when we started, but,
10 more minutes. or-
okay, so yeah. So it's good that you go back to the banjo.
We'll do, yeah, it's called Clinch Mountain Backstep.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. So if people wanted to contact you, you have email, some way that?
Yeah, we do have email, and I've given you the email, so that's the best way to, the current one is jamie.karras@gmail.com.
And that's
So
Jaime.
Jamie.
Oh, sorry.
A lot of people do it, try and spell it that
Oh.
way. It's
You
just
bet.
like Amy, A-M-I-E, with a J on the front.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem. A lot of people spell it the other way too, Ed, but I spell it. And Jamie dot, and then Karras, C-A-R-R-A-S, @gmail.com.
Okay.
So that's the best way to reach us. You wanted to do Rocky Top.
Okay, yeah, we'll do Rocky Top on everybody. If you know anything about bluegrass, in fact, people are called Rocky Toppers at bluegrass festivals because that's what they want to hear. So,
That's probably the most requested
yeah, it's one of the state
bluegrass
songs in
tune.
Tennessee. So we've been doing it a lot lately, so.
Yeah,
That and the Wabash Cannonball,
Yeah.
probably.
yeah. So,
Want to try some of that?
yeah, so this would be our last song, or do you have,
We got time for a couple more.
Okay.
oh, do you have something else? Do you have something else
That's
you wanted to
okay.
do before that one?
Well, let's try Ground Speed. This is an Earl Scruggs.
Okay.
Earl Scruggs instrumental. little bit finger tied there, but I made it through that. And,
So what was was that a little eefing? Is that what they call that in the
yeah,
middle?
like,
or-
what's it called?
Vocalizations or?
Yeah.
Vocalization?
No, what's it called?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've heard it called, I think, eefing or.
Oh, really?
Mike
ham
Seeger.
bone or something like that.
Yeah, Mike Seeger calls it eefing, and then he does the.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh. I've never heard that. Okay.
Yeah. So are you gonna do one more, you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's up to you, whatever you want to
I want to hear Sailor's Hornpipe and
Okay,
Devil's
well,
Dream. Do we have time for two more?
Yeah, yeah, do that, and then,
And then the Rocky Top.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll try to get through, we've been putting together Devil's Dream and Sailor's Hornpipe, and if I can do some of that.
Yeah.
So, and we'll finish it
Short
Rocky
version.
Top. 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes here. Well,
a little bit of
I got about
Sailor's,
80% of them notes. I muffled a few there, but
that Sailor's
too much
Hornpipe,
coffee, you know.
what they used to play for Popeye, I guess.
Right, the old Popeye the Sailor cartoons.
Yeah, that's, so hopefully that might be familiar to some people there.
That's
Well, I want to thank Jamie Karras and Michael Jones, Grassroots Revival, for being on the show today. And I hope that people watching, if you get a chance, get out to the farmer's market or to Pages for All Ages or down to the KC Bluegrass Festival, hear some of this music around town. Our next show that'll air in July will be with Big Blue Stem, another local group. We're looking forward to that. So you guys can take us out with the Rocky Top.
Yeah, we'll try to Rocky
Thanks
Top.
for having us.
And we stand
Thank you, Ed.